All right, folks, we are back with the Soulbrandt podcast. I guess this is episode 2, or maybe it's episode 1 if you consider the first one to be like a weird pilot experiment. Not to say we aren't still experimenting, because we just spent... Wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for ruining my swim.
Sorry, I had a brain fart.
God damn. Anyway, those two clowns in the background are obviously Jerp and Peeve, and we are back to Dark Souls. Hello.
Was that Brandon in the background?
Yeah, that was Brandon. He came over to the house. He's over here right now. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some Gravelording and Dark Londo. Was trying to catch Nelson earlier during his Mercenaries run, but I had no luck.
And I am just going to be hosting the township for now because I am a big scrub.
I'm taking a shot at the township dungeon Chasm of the Abyss. So,
wait,
and I got an invasion instantly. What is this fucking bizarro world?
I thought you in Dark Londo. I didn't think that you could actually get invaded while in the boss chamber. I knew you could fight in there, but I thought you don't get invaded until like the moment you step out of the boss chamber. Apparently that's not the case, because I think I got invaded here. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm an idiot. Don't mind me, I'm stupid.
Alright. Yeah, I'm sitting staring at a fog wall as per usual. Oh, man.
I was here earlier, and I was getting quite a few invasions. I forgot how much I love Anor Londo.
Anor Londo is great. It's kind of annoying when you're streaming because the people you invade are always trolling and they make you run all over the goddamn level.
Yeah.
It's good for randoms, though.
Yeah,
it's great for randoms. I wish I could Gravelord in a light Londo, because Dark Londo is just... It looks awesome, but the range is just so trash.
Oh, it's so bad. You need a build that doesn't worry about lock-on. You need it's great for Zweiander builds and for any build that just kind of unlocks and swings. It's great.
Basically, you don't want to cast spells in Dark Londo.
You don't want to cast spells. You generally don't want to shoot bows or anything like that, and you don't want to use poking, stabbing weapons. You want to use sweeping weapons, in which case Dark Anor Londo and Duke's Archives and the
and I love
Tomb of the Giants
Dukes.
is great.
Dukes was great.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm using the Murakumo right now, my Murakumo Pyro build, so I don't really need to lock on that much. It's just I have that offhand bow, and if I want to do anything with it, I'm gonna have a problem.
Oh man. So have you guys even gotten a fight yet?
No.
Yeah. Actually, I see the guy who I killed at the bonfire. He died instantly. He had Havel's shield, right? And he wasn't for some reason, I don't know if he turned around or what. But I cast Pursuers and then go in for a dead angle wog, right?
Yeah.
And I get ready to do the wog, and he dies while I'm mid cast, and I'm turning around going what happened to the Pursuers?
Did they do you think he got hit by invisible Pursuers?
Well, I mean, it's my Pursuers. I know that they didn't. Well, they hit him, but no, he wouldn't have seen him as invisible. I mean, they cast.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
I mean, the weird angle that I approached him at, maybe you didn't think they. You would think somebody who is comfortable with a great shield, right?
Yep.
They would basically just have this thing up 24/7, going, well, worst case scenario, I'll be fine. And I don't think that was the case. He kind of just shrugged. I don't know.
I got invaded by Velka's Vengeance.
I'm facing a man who parried me, and then he got silly because he realized he could parry me, and now all he's trying to do is parry me. And I am punishing the fuck out of him.
Oh no, sucks for this guy.
Oh my god, he's just parry spamming. It's so good.
I just walked up on an AFK with Pursuers, and once again didn't even get the wand cast off.
I wish that bug was still in the game where you could wog your own pursuers, like to make them go faster. That was weird and neat. It didn't have a
anymore.
No, they got rid of it, but that was such a cool little glitch. I remember when I found out about that, I started like scheming all these things, but it was kind of a shitty glitch. It didn't really affect a lot of things, but it was still really
made it a little bit harder to dodge, especially because
I don't backstab me.
The difference between your casting and their casting, or what they saw as your casting.
Yeah. Well, it just plays disparity. Yeah, it plays even more with the latency and the disparity between the two clients. Pretty cool. Oh man. Buddy. So Peeve, I hear you have some sort of fancy Demon Souls event on lockdown. Why don't you talk?
Sure Saturday is going to be like the best day ever because we're at well, for a lot of people they have
for a Souls player
best day ever, and you're not playing Ultima Online.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, Peeve. Next, you need to bring back Ultima Online. You need to have like a global re-release.
Yeah, anybody watching who's ever played Ultima Online, you wanna bring that back? We can do that. No problem.
Yeah, put in a call. We'd love to discuss Ultima Online with you.
Yeah, but no, Saturday. Gonna be amazing.
This is not a live recording.
Because we have...
Don't call me. I know you guys could probably find my Google Voice number. Don't. It goes for die too.
Hold up, I'm about to die. We have, starting at 3 p.m. Central, we're gonna do the Demon Souls... I'm sorry, I'm dealing with so much crap right now.
Same.
Oh god, I got a guy with a, modded crystal greatsword killing an invader I was just fighting. Now he's coming.
Oh, your favorite.
I have like 1 HP literally. This is gonna be fantastic.
Well, I'm not busy. I killed my guys in a quarter of a second each.
Why would I do this? I'm gonna die. I'm dead. But yeah, anyway, I'm dead, so I can explain.
Letting this guy slowly backstab me to death.
Okay.
Oh, pointed down.
Alright.
Anyway, Saturday, I have the Demon Souls thing, and basically what that is, I'm calling it a spiritual re-release, if y'all watched the little trailer I made.
If you don't, do it. Pause the video.
Yeah, yeah, pause the video.
It's a sweet fucking trailer. It's a damn fine trailer.
I spent about a month on that, and whenever it comes to editing and stuff, like I only know the very basics. I taught myself and everything. It's been a while since I did a large project like that, so I'm pretty happy with how it came out. But
yeah, it turned out great.
Oh my God, it's the guy I killed. It's the other guy who I killed at the bonfire.
But yeah, it's I'm calling it a spiritual re-release because if you think in terms of like a midnight launch, like everybody gets on at relatively the same time. They all start the game at relatively the same time. So I'm basically trying to recreate that and have everybody join in at the same time. And I just need to clarify. I think some people were confused thinking that it was just a one-day thing that we're doing. But no, it's a callback for everybody who played Demon Souls in the past, wants to pick it up again, but the community's not there anymore. We're basically bringing everybody back. Anybody who's ever considered playing it but didn't really have the reason to pick it up or maybe thought it was dead, everybody's coming back to it. We're all basically packing up and we gotta go back. We gotta go back.
We gotta go back.
We gotta go back. So Saturday we're gonna do that at 3 p.m. Central, and then that's gonna lead up into the beta late that night. So yeah, I'm gonna be streaming that. I'm sure a bunch of people are gonna be streaming the Demon Souls thing. I'm sure a bunch are gonna be streaming the beta. So anybody who knows about Twitch, or even if you don't know about Twitch, now would be the time to. Saturday would be the day to finally get into live streams. It's gonna be pretty fun. And I know there's Arkham Origins coming out on Saturday too. So if y'all want, y'all could if y'all looking forward to that, a morning of Arkham Origins, an afternoon of Demon Souls, and a night of Dark Souls 2 if you get into the beta. So it could be a pretty awesome day.
That does sound pretty awesome.
Yep.
I do not think I will be around, unfortunately, for round 2 of the beta.
Oh, why? Why?
Because it's Halloween.
Oh,
fuck.
That's my Halloween. Halloween is
Halloween.
Killing that's scrub fine. Lords.
No. Halloween is one of the only things I don't compromise about. I never have in my life. I'm 28 years old, and I continue to do it. Not like trick-or-treating or anything, but like adult Halloween, like parties and and stuff like that.
I used to go do that.
Much more treat, much less trick.
Are you dressing up as anything?
Yeah. I'm unfortunately I'm going a little bit of a cop out. I'm going as the same thing as last year, but I'm going about it better. So I'm going as a Borderlands bandit. I had to remake the mask and stuff, but it looks fucking gangster.
You had to remake it.
Yeah.
Can you breathe this time?
No, I can't breathe and I can't see, but that doesn't matter because Halloween.
The people who see how awesome you look are able to breathe and see for you. So.
Exactly. Peeve there.
Give me a kiss.
That logic is my favorite.
It shouldn't be an issue.
It's like a mermaid. They give you a kiss and you can breathe.
Oh man. Yeah.
So, unless I manage to fuck this up somehow, you might notice a little bit of a difference in the audio quality for my cast. Now, this is obviously assuming I didn't fuck it up, but I'll have to post. Here we go. I'll have to post a picture of this to show how stupid this is. But due to the way my audio is set up, the only way for me to record the audio separately from the game is actually to record the game through HDMI, record the call through the mixer, and in order to listen to both at the same time, I'm actually going through a Y splitter backwards. Ooh, I just got hit with a bow. I gotta get out of here. And this somehow manages to work. I think it's something I've heard of a while back. All the other ways of doing the recording didn't quite work out, but this may actually do it. Oh god, he's still shooting at me, and I have no health. But here's hoping it's good.
Anytime you say why, I can't help but think of Pokemon.
What? Pokemon?
I've been watching Brandon play Pokemon X and Y, that new one that came out.
Yeah.
I never got big into Pokemon. It's just whenever I was younger, my little brother was really big into Pokemon, and he and we had like Pokemon Stadium, which I don't know if you ever played Pokemon Stadium.
Oh fuck yeah!
Nintendo 64, but it's
game's amazing.
Best game ever. Yeah. So,
yeah, it's really really good.
Yeah. So I played Pokemon Stadium, and I played Blue and Red, the little Game Boy versions, because you unlock stuff in Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, new Pokemon game, no big deal. I haven't followed it ever since then. And then they're like, oh, you can fight other players online, and I'd never even considered that as being a possibility. I was like, so it's Pokemon Stadium? They're like, yeah. So I've been watching Brandon, and he's having a blast catching. He's becoming the very best there ever was.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's the right job.
Is he playing like purely online or?
Well, he's trying to build up this ultimate team of just the stupidest.
The very best.
Yeah, he's trying.
I saw that he did a tribute to myself. I don't know if you saw that, but he caught a Pokemon that looked like a honeycomb, like from a fucking beehive, and he called it the dreaded comb.
Oh.
At least that's what I saw. I saw someone sent me a screenshot.
Yeah, he was naming them all after like everybody.
Yeah, but I was the dreaded comb.
Yeah,
honeycomb.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
There's a Pokemon.
This guy's so damn good.
It's a honeycomb.
Oh, dude, you don't even know the half of it. You want to know what his recent team consisted of?
Sure.
It was a Pokemon that's a ring of keys.
Oh yeah.
And he named it Keys. He has a Pokemon that is literally a garbage bag.
God, this guy was so
good.
good.
Of trash. He named it Garbage Bag. There's one that is a washing machine. Yes, there's a washing machine Pokemon. He named it Wash Machine.
Wash Machine.
He's also got a
there's a washing machine Pokemon?
Yeah.
What? How?
Yeah, there's also a lawnmower Pokemon. He named it Lawnmower.
Holy fuck.
What else? He had they have an ice cream cone Pokemon. He named it Ice Cream. Like I don't know. There's a few that make you go, okay, maybe they're running low on ideas. I don't know. But yeah. So he named them all literally. So the honeycomb that you saw wasn't the half of it. Like it's much.
Do they have a slice of pizza?
I feel like at this point they must.
Pizza man. Pizza. I get it.
No.
Oh, you're bad.
I'm bad.
Just saw 7,433 HP on this guy.
7,000.
Well, it was once he spawned, so like I don't know if that number's always correct.
Is this the dude from before?
Oh, no.
Oh my fucking god, it is.
Man, I spent all this time waiting for an invader, and then I went and started doing some PvE in the meantime, and then the invader left. I guess because he or she didn't want to have to go through the level. Find me. Even though those are the most fun invasions.
I feel like that other invader's gonna come up and murder. Get away from me.
Oh my.
Oh my god, this guy is a monster.
Oh god.
What are you fighting?
This guy knows to fight. He knows how to fight pure casters, so
No, don't backstab me! Damn it!
it's work.
No.
So how many hit points does
I can
Alien have?
one shot him. I gotta get him. I think I can get him.
How many hit points does Gallium have?
500 and change.
Oh god, he's gonna turtle me. Don't turtle me. Damn it.
Here we go. Almost.
Alright, moment of
Oh
truth.
crap, he got me. Oh, this guy's so fucking good.
Oh, am I fighting a hacker? It's got a lot of hit
it's
points.
Delicious, but so bad. But delicious.
No, that's not. Oh god. I thought that was a fire whip.
I fucked up my spell cycling. But this guy is good. He knows how to dodge magic. It's so rare. I wonder if he sent me any messages.
Nope.
Nope.
Dead. Damn it. I blew that. Mike could have gotten him with the fire whip. Good fight.
Did you say Mike could have gotten him?
Mike could have gotten him.
Did you actually just say that, Peeve? Sorry, I'm like in the middle of a fairly intense
From
fight, and then
Louisiana.
in my mind's eye, I heard Mike could have gotten him.
Mike could have gotten him.
You are truly from Louisiana.
No. What is my mom
I was sitting there trying to understand, like, where did Mike come from? Like, I don't know any Mike.
Mike could have gotten him.
Actually, we have like 7 or 8 Mikes at the office.
My mom is a
So confusing.
My mom is a school teacher, okay? And there's something she says
That
says it all the
validates
time,
Mike
which is-
got him.
No. She anytime she tries to like she'll just do stupid stuff sometimes, like just messing around. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but then she freaks out whenever she can't do it anymore, and she's like, I used to could do it, and I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's
a school
not.
teacher, and you're
oh damn it! It's the same dude from before.
You might could again.
And she's like, but I used to could do it. I'm like, stop saying that.
No, next time just tell her if you keep trying, you might could again.
She might could
again.
She might could have gotten it. There you go.
Mike could have gotten it. Wow. Holy shit, that's so authentic. I don't know what other word to use.
No.
Smart.
Jesus.
Wow. This man. I invaded the same guy again. He's beat. Well, one time I fell off a ledge. Second time he actually got with a melee hit, and that's all it takes. This is number 3. Like this guy, like he's very like I was able to hit him with stray soul spears. I didn't 10 cast him. I should have. But this guy's been dodging like 99% of what I've been able to throw at him.
So, what are you guys most excited for with round 2 of the beta? And the 30,000 people that come
I
along?
need to get some proper PvP in. That's what I got to do.
I have a specific plan. First things first, I'm gonna put the theory of mine to rest. The whole thing that I figured out with the agility possibly being able to lift your shield in time to block a second swing like a Zweihander. I'll test that, which I'm sure that's not going to be tough. There's going to be plenty of people spamming the Zweihander.
Pretty much everyone in the whole game will be spamming that sword or something.
I'm going to jump on my 40 agility, assuming we still have it. We had the ones from the previous, so I'm sure it'll still be saved, the information. But But yeah, if that's the case, I'm going to jump on my 40 agility, and I'm going to test that really quick just to confirm it, because that's kind of a big thing I want to confirm, because right now it's all kind of up in the air. It's just something I noticed in my footage. And I was like, wait a minute, did I actually do that? So I want to test it for sure, and then after that, Brandon outside.
Brandon!
I'm gonna test that, and then I think I'm going to restart on a strength build, and I'm gonna pump strength and see if I can I really want to test like how it breaks durability and stuff. That's a big thing, because we all, well, I say we all, me and Brandon, I was thinking Brandon was going to pump strength, but he ended up pumping agility as well on his strength build. So
yeah.
I want to specifically pump strength next time. Maybe
I hate that
as well for some health.
All right, I guess this guy's got me beat.
I'm gonna try to make as close to a legit strength build as I can and see how it works out.
All right. Sweet. What about yourself, Jerp?
I would love to get a sorcerer high up in intelligence and attunement. I'm planning on having some multiplayer going on 24/7 with that. I didn't have. I spent so much time like looking at the mechanics that I kind of missed out on a lot of the PvP that I could be doing. But I do want to test other stuff. I want to test a warrior, even though everyone plays warrior. I want to test out the Temple Knight, because I want to see how miracles work. If I can get a Temple Knight to beat the one of the bosses, then I can go and test Lightning Spear. And apparently Lightning Spear is awesome, and nobody has footage of it. So hopefully I can get that.
Well, you have to kill a boss to get Lightning Spear?
It's not the boss itself. It's that you can't get access to it until after the boss.
Oh, really? Oh, so the person who sells it or gives it to you is after the boss?
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I see.
This guy completely destroyed me in the. It was so frustrating how this guy killed me the last time. He got me. I dodged the halberd instant running R1, right? Mm-hmm. And it's still, how it slides forward and crap.
Yep, yeah.
Well, then it hits me after about a half a second of sliding forward, and I just die instantly. And this guy's hard enough to fight as it is. I haven't won against him yet.
I'm gonna invaded by that modder again, so that's cool. I don't know if he has infinite HP or anything. I didn't get to land a hit on him last time. I just wait, no, I did land a hit. I backstabbed him. Not sure if he had modded health or not. Basically, I'm gonna try to knock him off the rafters.
Yep.
But yeah, something I was thinking, referring to the beta. I think I figured out everyone's worried about agility being super overpowered now. I think it's gonna be what is it? You're basically gonna have to choose between. I think they want people to choose between vitality, which is equip burden and all that, or agility. Like they want you to go either or. I think it's kind of to prevent the high poise flippers and stuff all over the place, because now you have to choose between having this, potentially these iframes and, agility.
Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily think it's an A/B choice, though.
Well, no, I think there's going to be ways to split it, and
I think you could, for example, go and take resistance
give and take
and crank it up a lot. And I think that might actually be viable, because of how armor scales. I mean, it's not just what you can equip; it's how you can best scale with whatever that is.
Yeah.
So you could, for example, have a very durable, surprisingly light build if armor scales well. Also, we don't even know, for example, what what bleed resist and bleed attack are going to do, and we don't even have we even confirmed what the bleed damage is of any weapon yet.
I don't.
No.
Weapon, and I don't think they're going to do damage.
Well, no. Like the thing is, though, is that it's not bleed in terms of like taking a chunk out of your tearing HP, so to speak. They specifically listed as immobilizing the target.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to do damage. I think it's going to just stun.
Yeah, but the thing is, what does that stun look like? Does it mean your character sits there and bleeds out and kind of like, reels from pain?
It becomes Backstab City.
Well, what I want to know is what if it's a short if it's very temporarily, so to speak, and it's a short thing, then it doesn't look like a stagger. Does bleed effectively count as another sort of stagger, like poise breaking somebody? I mean, is there effectively crush resist versus or crush poise and slash poise? Do those concepts exist?
Oh no, he's a modder. Help me. No, don't swap me. Oh my god.
Sounds like you're having an excellent time over there. I got a modder
somewhere in my world, and I got invaded by a blue, and he's just seeking blood and vengeance.
Where are you PvPing right now?
Dark Londo.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, this ramp better not troll me and take a chunk of my health.
Are you hosting in Dark Londo?
Yeah. I'm Gravelording.
Oh,
that Gravy Lord.
Why did I panic? I could have dodged that. I completely murdered the Phantom through his shield. 1,600 damage through the one of the tower. I can't remember which tower shield it is. It's not the carcasses. It's the other one.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Nope. No time. I think I can. No, blue, kill him. He's a modder. Blue. Help me.
They never listen. I don't know what kind of crazy camaraderie you're getting with these blues. I've got nothing.
This guy's got modded health and shore of it. Oh god, he's got everything. Holy crap. He just did the karmic justice explosion.
Nice. You gotta love when they do that. They don't even try to hide. Like,
so,
nope.
here's a question for you guys.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Hold on.
Yep. What's your question?
What kind of games are you guys interested in playing in the future?
Gravity. It's okay. It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Games in the future. I mean,
because a lot of games have been recommended to us.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it would be awesome to get a 4-player, or 3-player co-op kind of thing going on. But again, it's contingent on a lot of things. Like, we all need to have the game at the same time. If it's something we have to buy, we all have to fork out the money. And it could be something we play for 1 hour once ever. And that's also kind of, concerning. An option we discussed is tackling the Humble Bundles, only because they're fairly relevant. Even though they're games that, were released in the past, people are suddenly playing them again because they're re-released for a reduced price. Yeah, so I mean, that's an option, and that gives us the ability to, get it at, obviously I'm gonna, pay a decent amount for the bundle regardless, because I love the Humble Bundles, but I think that would be a good choice. That way, it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg, and if it's a game that we only play for 1 hour once for a podcast, then, it's no harm done. So, but beyond that, I don't know. I would love to find some simultaneous co-op games, but even if they're single-player games, as long as we're all playing the same game.
Yeah, we could even sort of share that initial experience or compete in a game we're already familiar with. I mean, we're already doing some effectively cooperative, non-cooperative Dark Souls, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, we're cleaning up the scrubs. Peeve is cleaning up all the hackers by himself.
Yep.
How's that going, Peeve?
I killed 8 of them so far.
8 of them. Holy shit!
Just don't watch the video.
Okay. We'll just take your word for it. Kind of like how you never.
That stray cat is back.
The cat.
Slapping at the controller.
Too generous with that controller. You should keep it for yourself. Don't give it to the cat.
He enjoys it, so no big deal.
Man.
If I die trying to get my blood stained, alright.
So here's something that hasn't been discussed, or I think it's under discussed. Is that a word? It's not discussed enough, so to speak.
Okay.
What do you think? Okay, so obviously we haven't seen even remotely a quarter or even less of Dark Souls 2. Mm-hmm. What could possibly exist that is going to be? Oh, here we go. Is going to be amazing, right? Mm-hmm. Or could just be, so game changing that we haven't seen before. What is it
I feel like there are covenants that are really going to change the game. Like, for instance, the covenant where you get to automatically join someone in need is really fucking cool. Yeah. So I think that's game changing in a really big way. But yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, it's like, I think some of the weapons are going to be fucking nuts. Like, none of the weapons in the beta do anything beyond like regular weapons. And one of the things Dark Souls is kind of famous for is, weapons that are like really fucked up, like Moonlight Greatsword and like all these crazy fucking super magic weapons. So I'm really excited to see that, as well as spells and things that we haven't seen yet, because it's everything we've seen is so like basic. Like, they don't put it in the beta unless it's going to be, like I said, super basic. Sorry, I'm fighting a fucking really tricky motherfucker right now. Holy fuck, he's fast. And I'm obviously
curious to see, like, what type of effects in, for example, spellcasting or weapon usage have we not considered that they might introduce? Could they have stuff that maybe doesn't do a lot of damage, but that's great for knockdown, or stuff that, for example, slows down enemy movement? In both in spells and weapons, they did, they for example made heal, maybe even the regeneration, whatever that was, spell, AoE. They have war. I mean, it seems like Faith is going to have more spells that work cooperatively.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested. How are they going to make it interesting to be a sorcerer, for example? Yeah. Is it just going to be, you throw a damage projectile forward and, that's it? Or is it more elaborate than that? I mean, Flame Lash was pretty neat. And how it kind
Flame Lash is really neat. I think that is a perfect example.
You sweep to the side and it can go around corners and has all these interesting...
You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's essentially, it's like a melee... It's like a sword. Like, it has the same properties as a very large kind of sword. Holy fuck, I can't kill hollows apparently. I'm really excited for that. What I really like about something they did in the beta is they really tease this new covenant at the very end of the beta. I don't know if you saw that, the like Brotherhood of Blood or whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah. And we know nothing about that yet. Like, as far as I know, even in like ENB's video and like where people have discussed covenants to the best of their ability, I don't think anyone has mentioned this like blood covenant that's at the very end of the beta. And I feel like they put that there just to let us know that there's stuff we don't know about the game, and to kind of get excited. Because who knows what the fuck that
Titchy Gren, I believe, is the name of the guy.
Who?
It's at Titchy, I think.
Oh, okay.
Gren. Huh. Titchy Gren. Such a strange name. It's apparently named... Titchy is apparently...
sounds like
some sort of... It's actually British slang for somebody of diminutive stature.
And he's very short.
And it's apparently named after the stage name of some popular... he was a performer, and I can't remember what the first name of the guy was, but I think he went by Titchy or something like that as his stage name. Maybe I'm forgetting this, but it was interesting how you can Google all sorts of random things in Dark Souls and for Demon Souls as well, and you may not find a direct reference, but you'll find that there's these sort of weird references or homages to certain concepts. I mean, they already do this sort of Norse mythology and all these other kind of things. They have sort of, almost sort of wink kind of references to even like Greek and all this other stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool to see them continuing with that. Because it gives you more, like, whenever I finish playing a game, especially, the single player portion of it, I mean, if it's a multiplayer game, I'll do a little bit, but I tend to go to the wikis, I tend to go reading around for forums, any interesting posts, and say, hey, what did I miss? Because, I'm willing to admit wholeheartedly that there's tons of stuff, little cool things that I would appreciate a ton if I didn't miss the first time around. So it's now time to go and research.
I ruined my first Demon Souls playthrough with that because I didn't understand world tendency, so I was determined to figure it out. I looked it up. And
I see how it went. You probably get onto that wiki, right? And then you're like, oh, there's so many more cool things to read, to just spoil the entirety. There we go.
Well, of the game. It's just like the world tendency page is filled with spoilers because it tells you like all the events and then it tells you what leads up to them and everything. So for anybody who's never played Demon Souls and is planning on playing it this Saturday or soon or whenever, like I said, it's not a one-day event thing. We're basically calling everybody back to play for however long everybody decides to stay on the servers, but or play regularly, I should say. But basically, for anyone wondering what the hell world tendency is, a quick description of it is: the more you die in a human form in a world, it turns darker. Then you could also kill bosses and stuff, change it to lighter, and basically, at the polar ends of white tendency and black tendency, you have different events that go on in the world in different locations.
Those are called pure tendency events.
Yeah. Are they? Pure tendency events?
Pure white world tendency, PWWT.
And the more light a world is, the easier it is. The more black it is, the tougher it is. And if you get the pure black, you're going to have black phantoms everywhere. It's going to be like your Gravelording if you played Dark Souls and not Demon Souls. But
that's pure black tendency.
Of it.
And you guys are you convinced that there's something like that in Dark Souls 2?
Oh, I don't know.
I did see. I don't know.
Because all I've heard is speculation at this point. There's no proof, but people are like, "Yeah, tendency is back," and I'm like, "Where did you hear that?" I thought world
tendency was back because of the Black Phantoms, but I think they're there regardless, aren't they?
No, they are, without a doubt. There's one other thing too.
Yeah.
You mean that part in the beta, like where you walk and they're all crouching on the pillars?
Yeah.
Are they always there, like all the time?
That's what 100%? I'm wondering.
Here's the thing, though. They have more than just that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But I thought they were only there. I thought it was situational, and I was like, "Oh man, world tendency's back." But I watched more and more, and it seems like everybody who went that path encountered them. So I don't know what to make of that. I hope world tendency's back. I really like.
No, me too. I think there is nothing they could do better for the series than to put in something like that, because that's what gives Demon Souls replayability. Is that the game is different when you play it in pure black, when you play it in pure white, or maybe even stuff in between. And I think like they could even expand more on that and shuffle the enemies around, give you like special bosses. Like, I mean, obviously that's been decided by now, but if I were to, if I were to make Dark Souls 2 or whatever, I would think, world tendency was a really cool idea. It's a pain in the ass, and I think it was done kind of bizarrely.
Wrong way.
I think it was done kind of bizarrely in Demon Souls with regards to like how when you go back to the Nexus or whatever, you have to kill yourself. I thought that was a kind of a stupid feature.
There's one thing that they did, people were talking about, nobody really figured this one out. I'm not sure if this is just part of the beta, and I haven't seen it yet. But there's cases where the giant, fat scythe-wielding, or shottle, I guess, wielding creatures, I don't know if they're undead or whatever, but there's Black Phantom versions of those who show up, and there was speculation that this was related to, for example, if you die too much, or one of the theories that's kind of interesting is maybe it gets harder if you summon phantoms more often. Nobody really figured that one out. And also, regarding pure black world tendency, you'll have to confirm this, Peeve. I don't remember this for a fact. But didn't primeval demons only show up in pure black?
They showed up, I think, 2 away from pure black. 1 or 2 notches away from it. It wasn't pure black. It was dark, but it's just one of the events with a black tendency. I personally, I can't wait to go back to Demon Souls. Like I'm still gonna play Dark Souls, but for instance, if y'all are watching my end right now, I keep getting invaded by this modder with He's got to have like at least 10,000 HP, it seems, and a modded Crystal Greatsword and the Karmic Justice.
Wow, what is he doing in Dark Anor Londo? Why isn't he in the fucking forest with the rest of the scrubs?
And now I have to go across the rafters to get to my...
Oh, did he turn the bridge or whatever? Or?
Yeah, I turned the bridge, and I killed the Firekeeper, and then let him go
God, dude.
And I'm gonna risk it. Screw it. Gravity's...
You're gonna go across the bridge, across the rafters?
Yeah.
All right, everyone who's watching any of the streams, you all got to make sure you go and you watch Peeves right now, so that you can document when he falls to his death, loses all his souls.
Not a problem.
Not a problem? Okay.
No. But and for anyone wondering, a homeward bone won't work. That's the one thing I hate about hosting in Dark Londo. If you die, you go back to that Anor Londo bonfire.
Oh, you killed the Firekeeper.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying you go back. Well, yeah, the Firekeeper's dead, so I can't warp from there.
You can let her live.
It's a little late for that. But
well, go back in time and fix it.
Okay. But no, you go back and, you would think, oh, I'll just use the homeward bone, go to the last bonfire, rest of that. No, it still sends you back to the Anor Londo one.
Well, teach you not to do it next time.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna...
No, Dark Anor Londo is fucking horrible. I hate that place. I hate that on...
I wish they were separate areas. I wish that you could somehow make the distinction between them.
Yeah, like if you invaded in Dark Anor Londo, you would invade Dark Anor Londo. If you invaded
But here's the thing, though. Like, I think there's really kind of two things that make us hate it the most. First off, is the lock range is fucking terrible.
Well, that's the reason.
That's the main. Well, the second reason I would say is that, especially for when you're casting, it's frustrating to not be able to see jack shit.
Yep.
Especially when, and here's one of my other long-standing peeves, is that don't say
Peeve. I love it. Peeve's just like me.
Yes, I hate you, Peeve, so much.
I've lost everything. I have nothing.
I wish there was some way to better handle the concept of phantoms without making them these giant bright ass candles.
Yeah.
Because you have no element of stealth at that point. There's no way to sneak up on anybody if you're a phantom. It's like you have to be hosted.
You think that's not in Dark Souls 2 though, right? Because Dark Souls 2, when a phantom's in the dark, and since areas are actually dark in that game, they're pretty
they're still bright. I think they still stand out.
You want to talk about something that I don't know if y'all noticed? Maybe y'all did. I'm not sure, but someone mentioned it, and I think it was the comments on my agility video.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna refer to too. This is good.
Yeah. Whenever you attack somebody, if you're not locked on, you don't see the damage numbers, and so they were like,
that's not it actually.
yeah, you don't see the damage
interesting.
numbers, and you only see damage, like the numbers pop up in their life bar or anything if you're locked on. Someone was like, do you think that's so that you can't find them easily in their own world?
Oh.
So they'll be fighting and stuff, and rather than just looking for the health bar
for the fucking number or whatever,
the invader won't know where they are. You'll have to
really cool.
Hunt them. Because you
I have one other thing.
That makes perfect sense, yeah.
Yep.
Here's another thing. Okay, so you know how the game's obviously incredibly dark. It can go down to pitch black, and you can't even see yourself.
Yep.
And in Demon Souls, they actually had an explanation. You had an item, a little crystal. I can't remember what it was called.
And it lit up when you went in the dark. That thing on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in Dark Souls, they don't have that object, but it just makes you glow around yourself and everything. In Dark Souls 2, you don't even have that. However, there's one other thing to that. You know how in Dark Souls, when, for example, somebody is wandering around Tomb of the Giants, you're following them, and they, for example, use the Skull Lantern, or they use Cast Light, or anything that creates a light around them. For the most part, you don't see the light that they cast. All you see at best is if they use the Skull Lantern, the world still reacts to that. You still see the blue circles of light aiming you around the area.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Now, in Dark Souls 2, regardless of who's using a torch or whatever they're using, that light is the same for everyone. So if you want to stealth around, put away your torch, for example. or if to find somebody and they're dumb, then look for that nice torch glow, because
did you see the?
They're gonna have that.
Do you see the invader that he comes up on me like in that little mountain pass in my video, and like you can see the torch glow like on the mountains and like his silhouette. It looks so awesome. I love the torches. I love what they did.
Wow.
It's really cool. But yeah, I'm just sick of all the cheaters.
Oh yeah. I mean, how long will it take till they all come back though, right?
Well, I know that they have like they're very aware of the cheater situation. They're aware with all the.
Are they?
Have they confirmed?
Well,
Are they really? You're just saying that because it makes sense for them not to.
No. Like according to what would have been regular logic, maybe. But here's the thing: like, I'm not convinced that from perhaps not even Namco. Well, Namco maybe lately, but I'm not convinced that From has been aware of the rampant. Trainer and modded character situation. They haven't been aware of that, I don't think, until the PS3 version finally got people with save edited characters.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was even a concept to them.
Because was there any hacking or anything in Demon Souls?
No, there's only exploits.
There's exploits, but was there any like character editing?
None until it was figured out how to do it on well, I would assume it's the same. I don't know. Well, I'll put it this way: I've been invaded by someone with infinite HP on Demon Souls once.
Yeah, but it's so insanely rare, and I think it's something that From wouldn't have even noticed, let alone us.
Oh my god, worst. Sorry. The craziest fucking shit. Oh my god.
I think a lot of what we've seen in Demon Souls, well, not myself personally, luckily, but I think what you'll probably see most in Demon Souls is the people who sit there spell swapping. That's probably going to be the big thing. People who are, for example, running around with whatever the equivalent of Fire Tempest was at the time. Firestorm? Something like that.
Yeah, it was Firestorm. Sorry,
I had the fucking craziest fight.
I've been fighting gravity ever since that modder killed me once again. So yeah, it's fun playing Dark Souls and dealing with nothing but modders. Now, if there's
where are you playing? Anyways,
I'm in Dark Londo, but they're everywhere.
PS3 or 360?
I'm on PS3.
Oh, okay. Wow. Shows how rampant it is lately.
Yeah, it's all over the place. But for any would-be modders listening, I actually like
PSA from Peeve. Here we go.
If somebody invades me personally, with with really high HP and like if they're killable, then I'm like, okay.
No, Peeve, stop, Peeve.
No,
stop.
I'm not saying it's
Peeve,
a good
stop.
thing.
No, this conversation is over. All you're doing you're opening a door. No, hacking is wrong. No, Peeve, what you're trying to say is if you are going to be a hacker, please be this kind of hacker. No,
that's not what I'm
What are you saying, Peeve?
I'm saying it's frustrating. Just I don't see the mentality of wanting to be one.
Then why would you start it with? Why would you? What? Why would you start that conversation and then immediately go back on it?
Because I'm saying I will personally stay and fight anybody who's like that. But
don't say that though. What you should say, no, Peeve, and that's such a shit thing to say to anyone out there who is a hacker, because that means if they invade you, they know you're going to actually fight them, and all they have to do it is have 10,000 hit points rather than infinite. You can't say that, Peeve, as like a prominent member of this community. You have to denounce it all the time, forever. You can't say, I'll still fight you and try to win. Maybe that's true. Maybe
I'm just trying to argue the concept of I don't see the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, but you started that.
I worded it incorrectly. Yes.
Like you could
I worded it in the worst possible way. Yes.
I get what you're trying to say. But
as much as I don't want people to be using exploits and well, not even really exploits, because there's so many different ways to classify an exploit, but flat out making their characters with impossible stats or just invulnerable, whatever.
I'm saying I don't.
As much as I hate any of that crap, because it makes it like impossible for me to evaluate my builds in the context of Dark Souls, it ends up being my build in the context of fighting somebody who shouldn't exist. But if I have to fight them, if I have to, if they're going to show up for whatever reason, because people are going to cheat, and it really sucks, but people are going to cheat. We have to live with that. That's just going to happen. I mean, until one of two things happens: until From can make it impossible, or until moderation works.
Yes,
we're going to have to live with it.
Yep,
that's just fact. However, if they have to exist, I would rather it be blatant and known that they are hacking.
Yes,
not by adding fucking 15% HP or a couple extra spell casts.
See, that's yes. If you're gonna hack, fucking make it obvious. Don't do the subtle, like, you're a scumbag regardless. But I want to know I'm fighting a modder right away. I hate these situations when I'm streaming and I start fighting someone and they're like quick rolling in like full golem gear, and I'm just like, man, they're either max level, like perfectly min-maxed, or like they're hacking. But I hate that not knowing.
Or here's the thing.
I mean, that's my own fault.
You don't find out, for example, until they cast the second Dark Moon Blade, or you don't. Oh, even the worst thing for me is
then you're like, wow, I just wasted all that time fighting you. Good, like, thanks for. That's worse than just running into a hacker and being like, okay, I can Black Crystal now. Like, fuck it, you're a hacker, or I can jump off a cliff and not give you the satisfaction.
Or kill them.
I was just trying to get at. I don't like. How long you think until that gets old for them, being 100%?
Well, that's what we've all asked that question.
It's basically, it comes down to, when does, is there a time when the sort of, they are getting a satisfaction out of it.
Of course.
But is there a situation where effectively having a victory guaranteed to them, when does that get old? For some people, it doesn't. Some people have simple pleasures. I mean, it's like, is there going to become a point when I don't like pizza? Probably not. There might be some lapses when I'm like, I think I'd rather get, tacos or, whatever.
Yeah.
Chinese food.
When I got old.
But I'll still like pizza 10 years from now.
That got old for me in GoldenEye with all the invincibility cheats and stuff you could put and go through single player. That's where got old for me.
As soon as you cheat in a video game,
But that doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. Some people don't crave simply just having the challenge. Some people want the sense of superiority, and it doesn't really matter how they got it.
Yeah.
So long
it's
as
just a shame when that
they feel
happens
better than somebody
online.
else.
It's such a shame when that can happen in an online game.
Oh yeah.
Don't kill me. Damn it.
The biggest shame, though, is that there's effectively no moderation, because, I mean...
There is no moderation. It's safe to say at this point, there is no moderation in Dark Souls. The only time you can ever expect any sort of moderation is when people are, like, harassing or abusing you on, like, PSN or Xbox Live. Beyond that, there is nothing stopping cheaters.
Yep.
All it would take is for them to just open up the Book of the Guilty. There they all are.
No, they obviously see that, but they don't care. They're too busy making a better game in their eyes. They're just like, we're making a game that's going to make us more money, and it's going to be the closest thing Dark Souls is
here's the
to,
thing.
like,
It's not necessarily that, though. What they could have made the determination with is that they could see as the investment that they would make in reducing that frequency is not going to be worth the few extra players that they get. Who would only exist because people aren't screwing with the game.
Wait, what? Sorry, say that. What?
They've probably determined that the benefit that they would get from from taking out the people who were cheating and exploiting. Yeah. It was less than they would get by doing something else.
Yes, it is absolutely less, and it makes sense. From a business standpoint, FromSoft stands to come off better if they do nothing about cheaters. Because the people who complain about cheaters already they already have your money. It doesn't matter. You're not going to like refund the game because you got offended by someone cheating.
It would bring more people into the community if they took a...
Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah, because there's cheaters. They're going to bring shitty people in.
No, I'm saying if they... Like, there's probably a good bit of people who don't want to try the game because they know of how rampant...
But here's the thing. That's less than the amount of people that they would get by not having that.
And I honestly don't think Dark Souls cheaters are so widely known that people who are just starting, like who are just thinking about the game, are going to be dissuaded. People who are just thinking about Dark Souls aren't picking it up for the PvP generally. They're picking it up because it's like the same reason as Skyrim. It's like this cool, dark adventure with demons and stuff. And then the PvP, they realize, is broken shit because...
and more than that, they are expecting an experience so hard, and they're expecting themselves to be so below the bar for functionality in PvP that if somebody just completely one-shots them or does something crazy, they don't even understand that anything is wrong.
No, exactly.
So the concept of like, they're cheating
before you realize, and that's where the subtle cheaters become the worst. Like you said earlier, Jared, is the people who are subtly cheating and killing all the noobs and stuff who don't even know that you're cheating because they don't understand why someone can't roll in Havels with a demon great axe and like 50 wogs and stuff. Like, that's
also why I'm, as far as I can tell. We'll have to confirm whether this is the case, but assuming that it is the case, I'm so glad that they don't have effectively ways to cheat the scaling and the requirements for anything anymore. It seems that all elemental weapons are going to have scaling and requirements. It seems that there's going to be no method of casting extremely high damage spells because, there's effectively no pyromancy and no elemental weapons Dark Souls 1 style in Dark Souls 2, as far as I can tell. If that continues to be the case, then people won't have to deal with going into the game and fighting people of their level who operate with the same strength as a 50 or higher.
But no.
Let alone obscure ways to cheat the system, like the way the Dark Wood Grain used to work.
And FromSoft, the final thing about cheating is FromSoft can't acknowledge publicly that cheaters exist in their game, because then, like you said, Peeve, people who are thinking about getting into the game probably won't, or they'll be likely dissuaded. So obviously first of all, regardless of whether or not they want to fix it, is hard to say, but they're not going to say anything publicly about it either. Then again, they haven't really said anything public about Dark Souls in the last year. What?
There's one other issue with that too,
I said if they would make it public that they were taking a stance on it.
But no. That's even worse. It's like it would be bad enough to announce it as public because then people will expect them to do something about it.
Yeah. They would actually have to do something if they took a public stance on it. But, like, for them to just say, yep, we hate cheaters as much as you do. Have fun. Like, that's all they could say at this point, because it's Dark Souls. They don't care about this game anymore. All they care about is Dark Souls 2. And making it, as good as it can possibly be.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Well, I've been actually running around without a shirt on and my fist as a weapon because I've gotten invaded by that cheater like 4 times now.
God.
So, yay, Dark Souls!
Yay! Well, so your video is just laced with the same cheater?
Here he is.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds pretty sweet. I loaded up Jarvok and realized I'm not even like I don't even have the fucking Lord Vessel. I'm just like in Anor Londo, alive, like haven't beaten. It's so shitty.
the only thing with the mentality behind like infinite HP cheaters I could possibly imagine is that they have to be like, and I don't understand. I don't know. I'm just completely mind blown at how it's fun doing.
Well, here's the thing though. Like it goes down to simple pleasures. What do people want? I mean, we come from, for a lot of us, I mean, it comes down to, we want challenge, and we, some of us want, the social experience, whatever. Some people play it for the sole purpose of however they have to achieve it. It does not dampen their response. Doesn't dampen the satisfaction. They just want to feel better than somebody else. I mean, and that's one of those things that they crave. It's inherent to who they are.
Yeah.
And that may not. It may be so far away from us, or from who we are, to where we don't understand it. That that does exist. That's a big, strong appeal of that sort of thing for people.
Yep. Yeah, not everyone looks at it like we do, and that's exactly what it boils down to. But yeah, no, they're not going to do anything about cheating. I hope they have something in place to at least discourage cheaters in Dark Souls 2 initially.
I think they have to do something about it, otherwise the game is gonna fail miserably, because they're putting multiplayer plays such a huge part now. They're aware of it, and they're gonna do something.
Yeah, but Peeve, that's what a lot of people are saying.
It's going to happen, but I'm saying...
No, but what a lot of people are saying is they're saying, multiplayer plays a huge part of it. But really, the game is still good enough. The PvE is still good enough that pretty much everyone's still going to buy it.
Well,
they made a very, very...
tied in. If you can get invaded while you're hollow, the PvE will tie in with...
No, I understand. Maybe that is the case now, that if you're hollow and hacker invades you... and you're just casually playing the game, yes, I understand. Probably that is the only instance where FromSoft will be forced to acknowledge it, because otherwise their game is ruined, both single player and multiplayer. Like, you can't walk around anywhere in the game without the threat of a cheater showing up, unless you play offline.
Doesn't blocking somebody on PS3 block them for good?
No.
Well, here's the other thing, though.
Maybe.
Even if that worked, and they managed to ruin your single-player experience before you lock them, if they can sit there and do that over and over again for anybody who's not smart enough to disconnect from the internet before they play, not that they should have to, because they naturally wouldn't understand that. I mean, especially if they're playing on the 360, especially, I mean, they've got the dashboard and all these big social features. Why would they want to disconnect ahead of time? To play a game?
They can't. That cannot be expected of you. There's no way. So, because honestly, then that takes away the whole reason you're playing the game. Is the social aspect of it.
So if you're in that situation, you're playing online, and somebody hits you with an exploit that permanently reduces your soul level, and you don't get any souls back, and leveling up doesn't do it. I mean, well, it doesn't reduce your level; it just reduces a stat. But if somebody's going around doing that, right?
Yep.
And suddenly you're down 20 levels. Imagine they start doing this to low-level players, and it costs that many more souls to level up. And this starts happening to people, and they all disconnect, but one by one,
hacker. Oh man,
they're getting people. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, it's total shit.
So From at least decided to step in and take care of that, but. What about the stuff that only affects primarily 360 or PC, or what about the stuff that primarily is only for the higher end PvP community? What if that stuff exists? It's going to suck, and From may not do anything about it. I'm worried about that. That's probably the biggest thing. Especially with Dark Souls 2. They seem to be doing so many things right. I love how they're handling spellcasting. I love how strength weapons, the ultra heavies, not just the strength scaling weapons, but the big and slows. I love how they feel a lot better now. I love how they seem to have properties now that make it threatening to stand against them. And it's not just a simple roll, backstab, punish anymore. Yeah. It's not just simply a setup parry anymore, even though they're possible. There are
they definitely
systems in place that make that less viable.
Yes, I feel like they fixed that gray area, the shit swamp between good weapons and bad weapons in Dark Souls. Whereas the good weapons in Dark Souls are very good. The bad weapons are very bad, and it takes a lot of skill to make a bad weapon good. And I know there's people listening, and see, this is another thing that I always find myself arguing with. I know there are people listening where if I say something like, the Lucerne is a piece of shit weapon, there are people who are listening who are like, no, it's awesome, I own with it, I'm so good with it. And I'm like, you are a very skilled player. The average player will try to use that weapon it'll be total garbage and they'll never use it again. And that's who FromSoft is, that's where the balancing is focused on.
Here's the thing I don't like about the claimed viability of certain weapons. And this is a big one. People are going to get all up in arms about this. But there's the concept that, with some, completely unlimited amount of effort, if you can make this thing function, it's viable.
Yes.
And, if it relies on a massive skill disparity between you and your opponent, it's viable.
That's exactly
I don't
what
necessarily think that's... Now, I will say, though, that in some ways this makes me a hypocrite with Croft.
No, well, yeah, I mean, but you...
Because Croft is the hardest thing to play in the entire game.
Yeah.
Bar none. There is no harder build. I'm saying it right now. Oh, here it comes. Okay.
Here comes...
No.
The pre-recorded video, you can already hear the fucking anger, the angry nerds breaking down your door, trying to convince you that their build, their dual-wielding painting guardian sword build is harder than... No. I'm saying that... Sorry. No. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, I agree that Croft is the hardest build in the world. And that's that. All right, so we should probably call an end to this soon because it's been a while. I think we're over an hour. So this will be our last invasion.
Yep, I just got
invaded.
All right.
Hit him.
But yeah, no, I dislike when people try to say that certain things are viable and certain things aren't when it's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Dragonbone Fist is a joke weapon, not a real weapon. And you should only be using it to either troll or challenge yourself to, with the skill disparity. But I liked it in Dark Souls 2. It appears that even big, heavy, slow, bizarre weapons are viable. Like, for instance, in Dark Souls 1, nobody ever uses hammers, nobody ever really uses maces or like the Morning Star or even really clubs. The big clubs, yes. But like there's a bunch of weapons that just go completely unused in PvP, and then it's very remarkable when you face someone who actually uses it, but it's still usually like a 70-80% chance you are going to beat them if they're using that weapon, because the weapon just falls off in PvP. It looks like in Dark Souls 2 there's a lot more room for viability across all weapons, and maybe that's because the mechanics are sillier and stun locking is more rampant. But
I see the things that they're doing with trying to make balances here and there, and I think they're doing all the right stuff. Like you get summoned from the red sign, you don't spawn on that spot. Like all the little things like that. The thing with the health bar is not showing up unless you're locked on. I think the agility and vitality give and take is actually going to be really good.
Yep.
That way we don't have people just iframing all over the place with a lot of poise. As far as people concerning whether or not the soul level is going to increase.
Oh my god, really?
I think if we increase it enough to where we can do whatever we want, then we're going to lose that give and take, and that'll be a bad thing.
No. There's no way the meta is going to be like max level, like have a character that can do absolutely anything. Like it won't be like that. The meta is determined by the PvPers that decide, well, you have to pick a role for your character, more or less. You can't have a character that, has maximum stats and everything and then have that be the bar for PvP, because as much as that kind of makes sense in my brain to have one build that sort of does it all, it wouldn't make sense for like replay or like just your characters having identities, because that's what I like about Dark Souls. Not a lot of people do this, but I know myself and Jerp definitely do. We have identities for our characters and backstories and stuff. And as nerdy as that is, I feel like that's an important aspect, and I want.
Build kind of has that. But...
No. I didn't say you didn't have that.
No. I'm just saying it's not.
We're a little more consistent with it.
Yeah.
Is this guy hacking?
Finally! Fuck yes. That felt good. Oh man, that was. You got to see that video.
I didn't. I haven't gotten invaded by the modder since I blocked them, but just that. It was like 3 or 4 matches. I think it was like 4 that I had with him. That's the majority of the video, just me dealing with that. So that's cool. That's fun.
Wow.
Can't lose to this guy. No, please.
Oh man.
Not let me lose to this guy. He's so bad. This
That
is
was
like
the
a moment
that
on
was
my
the last
stream.
invasion.
No, I didn't lose to him. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm cutting that video out. Oh, wow. Wow, so bad. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, cut. Totally, that didn't happen. Worst ever.
So, is everybody finished their invasion?
I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with Dark Souls probably forever.
Okay, just a reminder, everybody watching who wants to join in on Saturday, it's we're going to be doing the Demon Souls thing. Go check out the trailer on my channel, and it's not a one-day event. You know, go through your playthrough at your own pace, play other characters, whatever. It's just basically a reason for us all to come back to the game and start playing again.
Now, Peeve, I do have to ask you something.
Yes.
And I know I ask you this question on a fairly regular basis with regards to video games and you playing them. Are you, by next week, still going to be playing Demon Souls on a regular basis?
Yes, I've done like
how regularly, Peeve?
I've done like
how
in
much time?
In the past like 3 months, I've done like over 10 playthroughs of Demon Souls. Like I
okay. How many hours per week are you going to put in? Because you doing a playthrough, you sitting and playing Demon Souls for 8 hours and then not playing it for 3 weeks is not helping to repopulate the game.
No, I promise you. The only reason I'm not on Demon Souls right now is because the servers are so barren, and unless I'm like personally live streaming, and then at that point it's just getting stream sniped over and over. Unless I'm doing that, then you can rarely find anything. Yeah. Okay. Well, folks, you heard it. You heard it from Peeve himself.
Hold to it.
You're gonna have to give me a moment. I'm in the middle of a fight.
Oh man. But anyways, okay, final thought on Dark Souls 2 while Peeve finishes up his fight. And it kind of brings me back to what he just said about the servers being barren. Now, the problem with the Souls games is that you have all of these areas, and for a person to be in the area you're in, like once the game, passes critical mass, for a person to be in the area that you want them to, so you can invade them, can, be very tricky at times. Like, for instance, if you've ever tried to invade the lower Undead Burg, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, it doesn't happen. There's almost nobody there. But I've been saying since the beginning, I would love if there was an item in, like, Dark Souls 2 or Demon Souls 2 or whatever the fuck comes in the future, where you activate it and you can just get summoned or invade anywhere in the game randomly, which would help all of us streamers out immensely, because then no one could stream snipe us. Oh, yeah. But also, it would guarantee PvP all over the game, no matter where you are. You could randomly invade a place you hate, like a swamp, or you could end up somewhere fun or whatever. And it's not just, and a lot of people will say, oh, well, that's what the forest is for. And it's like, no, the forest is one place that kind of sucks. We play in the forest only because it's random, but the forest is bland, the forest is boring. I want somewhere like the Undead Burg or the township or New Londo ruins or somewhere interesting. But I guess that's 2 points that I'm saying at the same time. But yeah, I want an item that lets me invade randomly in the entire game. And that's another thing I'm interested in. The Covenant that lets you, like, when someone else gets invaded, it pulls you to, like, defend the host or whatever.
Oh,
have we verified that you have to be in the same area as that host, or could that be?
I would imagine it'd be the same as the forest.
But we don't.
That might be.
Wait, the forest? What do you mean? Peeve?
Like anywhere in the game. Like, it'll pull you to wherever they are.
No, see, then there's my answer. If that's true,
I think that's what it is.
But how? What do you mean? You think you have no?
It makes sense, because otherwise you're just.
Sense?
Because the forest ring summons you from anywhere.
From anywhere to the forest. That's very specific. This is from anywhere to anywhere.
Yeah,
that's
big for a covenant that's meant to protect people. Why would you have to be in the same areas? Well, it just doesn't make sense the other way.
Well, it's funny because you say that, but I bet you when Dark Souls 2 gets released, it will be that. It'll be wherever you are. Because it'll work just like any other Covenant item. Instead of invading, you put on the ring or whatever, and then you just will automatically help someone else in that level. The same way, if you put a white sign down in that level, they have to pick up your white sign in that level. You know what I mean?
I think it'd be like the I just feel like it'd be similar
because if
to
your suspicion is correct, Peeve, which you have no reason, there's no reason.
There's no reason for your suspicion.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if your suspicion is correct, then that's the answer to my problem right there.
Yeah, I think
if I'm streaming, I am always wearing that ring. And I don't care if I become the top ganker in Dark Souls 2, as long as it means I'm not constantly being stream sniped and I can just end up anywhere in the game and no one can fucking chase me, I will be that ganker. Like
I think I might actually end up doing that Covenant as well.
You already said in your video you would.
Yeah, I like the idea of protecting a host who needs protecting.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Cool. Okay. Well, I've been my character's been staring at the last 10 minutes, so we should.
I got a great closing segment for you guys. You may be standing around, but I've got the Battle of the Century going on right now.
Yeah. Do you want to do a play-by-play?
It involves a shit ton of punching.
Oh, you're punching. Oh god.
Oh my god. So we're gonna be here for 3 more.
No, don't worry about it. I mean, you cut it off whenever you want.
All right, cool. Well, yeah. So that was a little bit of a scatterbrain podcast, but again, we, Dark Souls and what have you. So maybe next time we'll have a different game set up.
It just depends on whatever comes together.
Yep. But if not, it'll be more Dark Souls, or maybe the three of us can do Demon Souls or something. I don't know, something fucking weird, and just do like a little Demon Souls like challenge thing.
Of us, then why not? Like, and maybe we could.
Why don't we just do Demon Souls like co-op?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Three of us make new characters at this, at about the start of the podcast or slightly before, and then just do co-op through each level, because it'll be really funny because I'm so bad at it that you will have to constantly resummon me as I fall off things and get owned by enemies and stuff. So it'll be like babysitting, if that sounds fun.
I really like the idea behind that. Maybe we should do that.
All right, so maybe, and it's not written in stone, but maybe within one of the next few podcasts we will do Demon Souls co-op, and it'll be good times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, that's all I have to say. Do you guys have anything else to add?
One thing for sure. I will be casting Dark Souls 2. When that beta comes, you will see me. It's going to be, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning, Sunday. So bloody eyes and bloody everything else, because I will attempt to invade a lot.
We'll be casting. As long as they don't make any kind of, if they don't put out any kind of statement like saying, okay, do not stream, then I'm going to go by. If they flat out go, we know some of you guys have been streaming. We're actually going to start, contacting Twitch and everything. I got in contact with Namco, so I know their stance on it. So as long as they don't change that,
as long as that stance doesn't change, which it won't,
then we'll all be streaming on that day.
Right. Sweet, except for me, because I'll be doing Halloween like a big noob. I'll be doing Halloween like a 12-year-old.
Borderlands Halloween.
Yeah, sweet. All right, guys, that's it. So, we will be back hopefully next week with some more podcasts.
Yep, thanks again for watching.
Have a good one. See ya.
See y'all. Mm-hmm.